Yay!
Hello.
Hi.
Look at us go.
How's
Look
it
at
going? I didn't get the whole shirt memo. Fuming.
No, well,
Never mind.
no,
Sorry,
it's all right, mate. It's all right.
No
We all
one's
know
watching
what
yet
you look
anyway.
like in a shirt, and it looks lovely. we got the image.
So
I've just thrown this one together just because Josh was wearing it, and I thought I can wear that as well.
I know.
So I've got less buttons done up though. So thanks to everyone that's joining us so far. Drop us a comment. Let us know where in the world you're listening from. We got a nice one for you this afternoon. We got a cocktail masterclass.
I'm so excited. I'm so ready.
Summary.
You got some ice in the freezer and whatever booze you've got left from after 2 weeks of isolation. We're going to drag it all out of the cupboard, put it all into one glass. No, it's going to be way more finesse than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Well, I've seen the spread that he's got on the table, and yeah, it could be an early night for our man.
Not early night for me.
It's
Sorry, I've got the children back.
Yay!
Yeah.
Big up Potsy inside. Nice one for joining us. Hope you got some random boozes to start getting ready, and some ice. And we're supposed to have crushed ice. I'm going to go and crush some ice in a minute. I'm just going to start punching ice blocks.
Punching trees for a week.
For bread the other day. Punching bread, punching ice.
Yeah.
It's the pandemic spirit. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Punch stuff.
We're all in high spirits. We're all ready for this cocktail session, I assume. I hope everyone in the comments.
Oh, nicely done. Big up Mel locked in from Melksham in Wiltshire.
Cool.
Wow.
Get
Just
on.
up the road. Yeah, that's more tropical than Taunton.
Yeah.
Yeah, Solihull.
Bit of housekeeping. If you're watching and you know that there's people watching that can't get onto Facebook, and they've said to you, "Oh, I wish I could watch it, but I just don't have my Facebook account anymore." Watch it on YouTube. There's the link. Bam, right there.
Boom.
Yeah, share that link around.
You can even stream it onto your smart TV with that, can't you, Jess?
You can. Yeah. I was watching you boys. I saw Andy Quick on my TV last night. It was great.
Yeah.
What happened to
really
you last
cool.
night then? How come we were on your telly?
I was in bed by about 7, so
Well deserved night
heavy
off.
night on Thursday, or
thank you.
Hmm.
Nah, we drink responsibly. Anywho, drinking responsibly.
welcome to cocktail night.
Exactly. Yeah.
He drank so responsibly his head nearly fell off.
Yeah.
It's not near Taunton, it's outside of Bath. Yeah, we just got a running joke on the show about Taunton being a bit of a tropical place, it's the town of dreams down here in the southwest. It's where everybody wants to be, apparently.
Yeah.
How far away
Big
from
up
Taunton are you lot, Josh and Jen?
We're about 10 minutes.
Yeah, not very far.
So you
We
just
went-
catch you're just on the outer kind of circle of like the tropical vibes.
Yeah. Palm trees.
Like warm climate, but not so hot that it's like tiring.
But it's quite a microclimate, would you believe it?
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently so. So we've heard. We try and stay away because it's just too hot. It's just too tropical down there.
Yeah. Is that your air conditioning I can hear going in the background?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello to House of Valerie joining us from YouTube. It's nice to get comments in from YouTube as well.
Oh, wow.
Awesome. Big up Potsy saying Andy is in.
Nice.
Yeah, there's a few people coming in. Don't forget to share this one on your page and your stream and your feed and all that stuff. We'd like to have as many people here as possible for the cocktail masterclass that we're just about to run, because I think it's going to be a good one. I know Josh and Jenga have just been to the shop to stock up on not just booze, because that would be irresponsible to leave the house just to get drunk, but they have stocked up on booze.
Yes. It was part of the process.
Yeah.
I've got a few bits and bobs downstairs. I'm going to try and make some cocktails. I've got some ice in the freezer. I've got some bits and bobs.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of this is for everyone at home, everyone that's watching, to get out in the sun and have a really lovely cocktail. Because I've seen this guy's spread and it's wild.
It looks
And he's
fab.
outside in his garden as well, which is awesome. But it's
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
it's starting to feel a little bit summery around here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which is weird because we're all locked up in our houses. It's kind of like we should be down the beach, kind of having barbecues and all that sort of stuff. But we can have virtual barbecues. That's fine.
We can have a virtual cocktail night. So everyone can have cocktails at home in their own gardens, and that's the whole point of this.
Oh, the followers, the viewers have just jumped up, so maybe this is a good time for us to hand over to our guest. Stevie D locked in. Nice one. He's going to be drinking Tennent's and Buckfast all mixed together. That's a Scottish cocktail right there.
Yeah.
I call it a jocktail. I think if I'm going to watch this back tomorrow and you can see the moment that idea hit my head, my face lit up, and then I said it, I realised I had a semi-decent pun on my hands. Oh, big up the Ashburton massive. We all know who that is.
That's my mother. She's making naan breads by the sounds of it.
Naan bread cocktails.
Yeah, naan bread cocktails.
Big up Kyle locked in. Right, I think we've there's enough people inside now for us to hand over, isn't there? So
yeah, there is.
Hopefully you've all got your drinks ready. Hopefully you've all got your, what are these things called? Don't be crass. What are these things called?
Jug?
Yeah, one of them. Yeah. Right. Back of the cupboard cocktails. Here we go. Right, let's bring our guest in for the day. How you doing, sir?
How you doing?
Yeah,
Hey,
good, man. Thanks for joining us.
No, thank you for inviting me.
Nice one. Whereabouts are you in the country?
I am in Southampton, or sunny Southampton, as
Nice.
being seen today. Just,
It looks like you've got as beautiful weather as we have down here today. There's not a cloud in the sky.
yeah, it's really, really blue. It's really nice. So it's a good time to
Awesome.
be sort of locked in, and not allowed to go to work, isn't it?
Especially with that spread.
Well, I'm getting through it slowly but surely.
That's going to keep you going until at least the end of the weekend.
Well, yeah. I'm actually on my own at the moment, so it might make it to Monday.
So what have you got in store for us today?
Okay, so what I thought I'd do is I'll try and do something quite universal. So a lot of the times when I talk about drinks and such, I'll sort of say, look, I'm talking about like this, like spirit, like a rum or a gin or a tequila. But for people at home, they can have sort of anything in their cupboards. So I know you guys were talking about mixers earlier on, but I hope you guys like it boozy because we've got no mixers going in these drinks.
Oh wow!
Yeah, but it's going to be something that you can basically go through your cupboard, see what you've got. I'm going to teach you guys a golden ratio of cocktails that will give you a really good balance for anything. And it literally is splitting everything up into spirits, aperitifs, and liqueurs. And if you've got a spirit, an aperitif, or a liqueur, you can make these drinks. And it doesn't matter what you've got, because I'm going to sort of give you like a mix and match jobby of it doesn't matter what it is. This ratio has always worked for me.
Awesome. That's cool. So if people haven't got the specific thing that you're using in the drink, they can kind of swap it out for whatever they've managed to panic buy.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Or whatever they found. When I talk about aperitifs, what I've got here is I've got some sherry. This is a vermouth, which is also sherry-based vermouth. I've got, where is it gone? I did have it. I've got some apple aperitif. There it is, from Liberty Fields in Dorset. And yeah, I've just got different vermouths. And then here I've got a plethora of spirits. So we've got some gins here. I've got some vanilla vodka, some Liberty Fields, Port Perfection vodka, spiced rum, mezcal, tequila, American whiskey, even some anisette, good old local coffee brew, Japanese, and some Armagnac. And then down here, I've just got a load of liqueurs, from chocolate liqueur, ginger liqueur, some Portofino violet, some triple sec, and some dry chocolate liqueur. So, I've sort of tried to bring a bit of everything. Oh, the wind is coming up there. And the ratio I'm going to show you will show you that you can balance it all. If you just use the right ratios of this, and this, you will have a balanced drink.
Awesome. Wow. Okay, cool. Well, I'm massively out of my depth already. We're getting a couple of comments in people saying, what if you've only got gin and wine? So I reckon we hand over to the expert here and we get ourselves in our kitchen. We're going to follow along with our laptops and we'll see you in about 20 minutes time, half an hour.
Yeah, not a problem.
Awesome. Okay. We'll be here in the background, so if anything goes drastically wrong, just shout and wave. But we'll just be in our kitchen and we'll be back very drunk, I suppose, in about 20 minutes' time.
No problem. If anyone's got any questions, please jump in because I don't know if I can hear my own voice for half an hour like
that. We'll keep an eye on the comments in the background, and if anything interesting comes in, we'll let you know.
Yeah, love it. I do love a bit of participation.
Nice one, Matt. Cool. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hello, welcome to my garden. As they said, my name's Damaine. I am on Instagram known as @Cocktail Barman. You can also find me on Facebook doing the same. So what I like to do is I love to make cocktails. I love everything about spirits, liquors, aperitifs, and this lockdown has given me the perfect opportunity to sort of get back to basics. You know, a lot of the time when I'm at work, I'm talking about this brand, or I'm making a drink for this restaurant, and you know, you sort of get quite sort of one way, looking just down one way. And now it's given me an opportunity to come back to everything that I've got in my cupboards, or everything that I work with, and just re-look at it again with slightly more experienced eyes than the first time. I believe a comment was, what if you've only got gin and wine? Well, wine can be your aperitif. So wine will work with this. I don't have any wine. I'll chuck that into a cocktail. But yeah, I think the wine in my house went in day 2 and 3. But you know, vermouth is a fortified wine. Same as sherry is a fortified wine. So these ratios work. So the golden ratio, if you guys have got your pen and paper ready, so that you never forget this, is literally going to be 1.5, 3/4, 1/4. Remember that. As long as you want to make cocktails, that ratio will always work. I actually like to work in ounces rather than milliliters, because I just find that ratios for myself work a little bit better. For you that don't know how much an ounce is, it's 29.5 milliliters. Just for the sake of laziness, and we're at home, so home measures, we're going to say that an ounce is 30 milliliters, because that just makes it nice and simple to remember. So if we look at 1.5 being 45, 3/4 being 25, and then 1/4 being say about 7 mil. That might work in milliliters, but we're going to jump straight into it. So all of these drinks I'm going to do today are stirred, because not everyone has a cocktail shaker at home, but most people have got a jug or a large glass that they can put ice into, and they'll have a spoon. I here have a bar spoon here, which is great. But if you don't have a bar spoon, you can use a chopstick, a skewer, a knife, a butter knife, not a sharp knife. Anything that just will help you stir, or you can even use a spoon. Right, so let's jump straight into it. First things first, we always want to get our ice in, nice and cold. Ice is important. Ice does good dilution. I know a lot of people at home are like, you know what, dilution is cheating. But actually, dilution, when it comes to spirits, it opens up flavour. You can drink your spirits neat. I do love to. But sometimes even just a little bit of water, you know, up to 5 ml, teaspoon of water, can then just open up some of those oils within that spirit and give you much more bang for your buck. So don't think of it as cheating. Think of it more of opening out flavour, and you'll get on fine with this. So I've got my measurer here. This is called a jigger. This is something I use for work all the time, and I got this from Sainsbury's. It's brilliant because it's a cooking jigger. It does ounces, it does milliliters, and it does teaspoons and tablespoons. It costs £5, and for the sake of £5, your parties are going to be so much better at home. So we're going to pick a spirit, any spirit. Let's go with gin's the drink of the moment, so I'm going to go for a gin. What I've got here is number 3 gin. It's a very, very good traditional juniper heavy gin, but it does have a little bit well, it's got a lot of citrus and a bit of spice, but it's good 46%, so it's a nice punchy drink. So I'm going to pop in here 1.5 ounces of my gin. Don't know if you can, let me just move it out of the way so you can see what I'm doing there. So 1.5 ounces of gin has gone into my drink. I'm going to go 3/4. I'm going to use a vermouth. No, I'm going to use a sherry. So 3/4 of an ounce of sherry. Bosh. And we're going to go for some ginger. So I've got some King's ginger here, and I'm just going to do 1/4 of an ounce. And the thing with, and that's it. Give this a little stir. When you want to stir, you want to give you about, say, between 15 and 25 seconds. But if your ice is melting quite quickly, and mine is because I've got this lovely weather beating down on me, you might want to go a little bit quicker. And then here we have it. I'm just going to pour this straight in. And there we have it. If you want to be a little bit fancy, feel free to give that a little garnish. So I've got a bit of lemon here. A bit of orange would work just as well, but I'm actually out of oranges at the moment. What I've got here is just potato peeler. I'll just peel the zest off my lemon. Give that a little squeeze to get some of these oils out of the zest. Rub that all around the edge of the glass so that when you put that to your lips, you get a nice, good aroma of those lemon oils. And there we go. Cheers. It's not to be named because I just made it up on the spot. Ooh. Take my word for it. This is a wonderfully balanced drink. Now, getting into why this ratio works is it's all about balance. You've got your strong, which is your spirit, and that is going to be your main star of the event. If you're going to go for strong, you need to balance that out with a modifier, and that's your fortified wine for your aperitif. And so what we've got here is, like I said, we've got some apple aperitif, sherry, vermouth, and that is going to lengthen the drink. All of these coming in at no higher than 16%. So, you know, these are, again, your wine's at 12%. So for the person who made the comment about could I use wine, certainly can. Give yourself a good Riesling if you want a nice bite of acidity, and or go for a nice Chenin Blanc if you want something quite warm in. But then also you want to use something that's dry with a bit of spice. A Malbec or a Shiraz works very, very well. So please definitely use wines in your cocktails. And then so you've got your strength, you've got your modifier, and we're going to add some. And you just want to add a bit of sweetness to it that also gives it a little bit of flavour, and that's where your liqueurs come into it. So you know, I haven't added sugar to any of these drinks, but by adding that 1/4 of an ounce of liqueur, that's my sugar and my sweetness. 3/4 is giving me some length and body, and then also my 1.5 is just giving me my full base and strength in there. And there we have it. And as I said before, this works for anything. So we've gone for gin. Let's go for something completely different. Let's use most people have got a whiskey in the back of their cupboard. So we'll just use a whiskey. Again. Check that out. 1.5 ounces of my whiskey. This is a Scotch. Aaron, 14 years old. This time I'm going to use the vermouth. 3/4 of an ounce. Now I'm going to get cheeky with it. Got some chocolate liqueur here. I'm going to pop that in there. 1/4 of an ounce. A little bit more ice. I'm going to stir this down again. Again, I'm going to give this about 15 seconds because the sun's making my ice work quite quickly today. This here, what I'm using, is also known as a Julep strainer. If you've got a slotted spoon, you can use that as well. It's just literally a spoon with holes in it that will mean that the liquid can pass through, but it holds back my ice. Again, just pour that into my glass. And what I've gone for here, remember, whiskey, vermouth, chocolate. It works. It's balanced. It just works every time. And that means that, you know, it's wonderful knowing these little tricks and secrets of knowing these ratios work together. No matter what I put in it, this, and this, it will work. Go home, or you guys are at home, have a play around with it and say, right, okay, I want to try a bit of this, I want to try a bit of that, I want to try a bit of this. Please feel free. What have we got here?
We've got a few comments coming in. If I can shout some questions out for you.
Yes, please.
Awesome, man. Nice one. Okay, so first one came up saying someone's got a bottle of Doolies and a block of vanilla ice cream. Any ideas?
You know exactly what to do with that. Have you got a blender? Because, you know, you Doolies, vanilla ice cream. So you've got that toffee flavour. Chuck in a little bit of chocolate liqueur. That will work. But, you know, I've made a few cocktails of Doolies, believe it or not. Stick in a blender, chuck in a banana, and have the best time. It's brilliant.
Okay, cool. Somebody else, I think it might have been somebody else coming in from YouTube saying, where did you get your coffee liqueur from? I think I heard you say it was local.
My coffee liqueur. Okay, so here we go. Dorset. This is Conquer Cold Brew, which is it's not a liqueur. It's actually a spirit. It doesn't have the sugar content to qualify it as a liqueur because you have to have 150 grams per litre of sugar. 150 grams of sugar to litre of spirit to actually be called a liqueur. This has less than 150 grams in it, so it's actually a spirit, not liqueur. But it's cold brewed coffee with Conquer neutral spirit, and it's brilliant. If you guys want, I'm more than happy to make a cocktail with that one as well, just to show you that the ratio works, because I've got some dry oh yeah, that would be amazing. Yeah. Who was that that shouted that out?
That was House of Valerie, and the first one came in from Tim Fines.
Tim Fines. So Tim Fines is a very old friend of mine. Yeah. So
we've got a few of our lot in at the moment that I know are kind of barman, kind of cocktail people. So there seems to be a lot of people in here having a bit of a drink, which is awesome. This is exactly what we wanted to do.
Great. Tell them to say what they're drinking, because that way I don't feel like I'm drinking alone.
Yeah, that's a good shout. Let us know in the comments what you're drinking. Let us know what you're cooking up using the golden ratio. Can we go through the golden ratio again? I want to note it down myself.
Yeah. So what I've just popped in here now is I've used 1.5 ounces. So that's about 45 ml of the Conquer Cold Brew. I'm about to pour in 3/4 ounce of sherry. And then I've got some Cacao Blanc here, which is just a dry chocolate liqueur. It's water white like vodka. And I'm going to put in 1/4 ounce. So that's about 7.5 ml of the Cacao Blanc. And I think this may not be fun this one, because you've got your coffee, you've got your dry sherry, and then you've got your chocolate. What's not to like?
So we got
15 seconds of stirring.
We've got two of our hosts down the bottom of your screen there. They're making some cocktails. So Josh and Jenny, tell us what you've just made.
I've just put 1.25 ounces of white rum with 3/4 ounce of mulled wine that we had left over from Christmas out of a bottle. It really ain't that bad.
It's actually really good.
You both look very happy.
Yeah. It's just pure.
Megs has just been raiding her cupboards, and she's just said she's got pink gin, red wine, and creme de cassis. Will that work?
Yeah, that work.
Cool. Okay, so same ratios for that.
Same ratios, yeah. So 1.5 ounces of your pink gin. 3/4 of what was the aperitif she's got?
Red wine.
Creme de cassis or red wine.
No, so it'll be 3/4 of an ounce of the red wine, and then 1/4 of an ounce of the creme de cassis. Sometimes when I talk about this, people get their aperitif and their liqueur mixed up. If you get those the other way around, your drinks will be very, very, very sweet. So you want your liqueur is your sweetener. So you want to have the smallest ratio of the liqueur, then the medium body of your aperitif, and then obviously your full base of your spirit.
We just nice and slowly. I want to scribble it down. Give me the golden ratio again. So I got 1.5 ounces of spirits. I want to drop it in the comments for people as well. And then 1/4 ounce of
your aperitif.
Oh, I'll just
you can put aperitif/fortified wine if that makes it a little bit easier to remember.
Cool. And then the last ingredient
is 1/4 of an ounce of liqueur.
So it's 1/4 1/2, 3/4, and 1/4.
1 1/2, 3/4, and 1/4. Yeah.
Right. I'm just trying to work out the spellings on it all. There we go. Right. I'm dropping that in the comments. So, I reckon it'd be worth just identifying the difference between the aperitif and the liqueur, just so that people, if they're raiding their cupboards, then they know how to kind of classify those things.
Yeah. Okay. So your liqueurs are spirits with sugar. So your liqueurs are sweet. So if we talk about things like, a lot of people might have some Cointreau, Lick 43. I've got a coffee tequila liqueur. If it just taste it, if it's like mega sweet, then that's a liqueur. Your aperitif is your fortified wines, and it doesn't have to be a fortified wine. You can use wine, you can use vermouth. So if you've got some martini, Cinzano, sherry, port, that all comes in your fortified wines. Madeira, that all comes in your fortified wine category. So that again will be a wine. It won't be distilled. It'll be something that's been basically fermented. You can even use beer. Like beer will work with it. Make sure that it's still. So like an ale, but or a stout. I wouldn't really necessarily go for a lager because that's got added gas, and you'll end up with quite a foamy drink if you add that. But yeah, you can use beer with that. But so you literally one thing that's like hovering around the sort of 16 to 10% range. That's going to be your fortified wines. Your liqueurs tend to be a little bit stronger. But remember, they've got those added sugars. So you want your main spirit 1 1/2, your fortified wines 3/4, and then your liqueurs. That's your sweetener. So just 1/4 will do you there, and that will work. And that you can use that as your sort of like base or your spine for your cocktail. And then after that, you might think, do you know what? I really like that, but I need a little bit of this. So I don't know if you guys can see here, but I've got some bitters here. So for the, I think it was Max that recommended, said about the coffee, or whoever mentioned the coffee one. I'm just going to add 2 drops of orange bitters to my coffee and chocolate golden ratio drink. Stir that in because I like a little bit of orange in my drinks. So I'm just popping that in there. My drink is so good; it works so well.
Is there anything that you're tasting for specifically when you taste a cocktail?
Well, that's a good question.
That is a very good question. Balance. That's basically it. A cocktail is something that is balanced. A lot of people can throw booze together. I think anyone can do that. So when I have a drink, I tend to think of, has it got the right amount of strength to it, or is it too strong? Does it have the right level of sweet to dry? Is there a bit of acidity? Is there a bit of complexity? And something that people don't ever think about is what's the texture like? Is it quite nice and filling, and or is it a bit gritty, grainy? Balance is really, really important because once you put it in your mouth, it's hit your tongue. One of the most sensitive organs in your body that's like full of taste buds. So it's got lots and lots of senses going on there. So if you can get that right level of balance to the drink, the person's when they first have the first taste, they're going to either be shocked and like no and reject it, or they're going to go, oh, nice, I like that, and they're going to want to have some more. So and this is why the ratio really, really helps with that, because you're hitting, like I said, the right level of strength to weak to sweet, and that's it. Afterwards, this good ratio, if this is your sort of skeleton, you can add to it. So although you've got your 3 components to the drink, you can then add your modifiers and go, do you know what? I like this, but I want a bit more of that in this style of drink, or I like this and I want a bit more of that. So when you're at home with your favorite spirits and liqueurs and such, you can then go, do you know what? I like my drinks a little bit stronger, so I'm going to up the booze on that. Or do you know what? I don't want to have my drink as strong because I'm just not used to drinking neat spirit drinks. So I'm going to get my drink and then I'm going to lengthen it with some tonic water, or chuck in a load of ice and some soda water, or I've got my ratios with this and I'm going to add a nice fruit juice to it. So and if you don't want to have booze, you can use syrups and stuff to replace your liqueurs. So there's lots and lots of wonderful things. Also, talking about replacing other products, with certain teas you can use. So where you're using your aperitifs, so your fortified wines, if you want to blend in certain teas like a jasmine tea, a chamomile tea, or a green tea, that also can work in there. But if you add a tea instead of your fortified wine, you might want to step up your liqueurs just to sort of balance that out. But we're at home now, we've got plenty of time, just play with it.
In terms of kind of non-alcoholic drinks, can the same kind of ratio be applied if you're kind of hitting the same sort of balance? But is this specific to alcoholic drinks?
This one is pretty much for alcoholic drinks. Fortunately, though, there are some wonderful alcohol-free or extremely low alcohol spirits coming out. So we've got the likes of Cedars, which is now becoming wider available, and they work. That works very, very well. So you could use your Cedars as replacing your spirits. You could use a tea to replace your fortified wines. And again, as I said, you could use a syrup to replace your liqueurs. Play around with it, because I've got to admit that I haven't actually done this with an alcohol-free one. In theory, that should actually work, but you would have to make sure that you bought an alcohol-free spirit that is designed to replace certain spirits, and then have a little knock around and see if that works. But
Awesome.
Now that
Okay.
you've inspired me, I might try that myself.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I think that there's a few people kind of watching that maybe don't necessarily drink and kind of want, but still want to get involved. So I think it's an interesting one to try and apply the same sort of ratios, but maybe using kind of non-alcoholic drinks. I think that's cool. There's another comment coming in saying, "You're a legend. Great way of breaking it all down." I think that's that's something that I didn't realize that you could apply the kind of the base theory and then just replace out the drinks yourself. And I think there's definitely one that I'm going to be trying this evening. I hope I make it till the 8 o'clock show now.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for that. That's high praise. That's Luca, isn't it, Luca?
Luca Berardino. That's one of our landlords here at the virtual pub.
Oh, brilliant! Thank you very much.
Okay. Final question then. One that's got to be asked. What's your signature cocktail?
What is my signature cocktail? Wow. I have a couple. There's an Epiphany, which I wanted to do, and I was messing around with martinis. And when I was working in hotels, I used to sell quite a lot of martinis, and people were like, "Look, I want a Churchill dry, which is a martini using like gin, no vermouth at all. It's pretty much frozen gin, maybe a couple of drops of bitters." And a lot of people have always said, "Oh, I want my drink dry." And I was like, well, why do people want dry cocktails? And for people that don't know what dry necessarily means, when you make a martini, you pretty much got your spirit and your vermouth, and then it's stirred down some dilution. And it became very, very fashionable. And this is often like from around the 20s to 50s onwards. The people wanted extra dry cocktails. It became very, very sort of kitsch to ask for these dry drinks. And I was like, why? Like, vermouth is amazing. I've got, well, just in front of me, 1, 2, 3 different vermouths, and I use all of them. And I've got more inside. Vermouth is wonderful. But the reason why a lot of people didn't want vermouth in their drinks was because people weren't putting vermouth in their fridges, so they weren't looking after it. Now, vermouth is a fortified wine, and you must take emphasis on the wine part of that drink. Like, if you have a wine, after you've opened it, you'd keep it in the fridge to keep it fresh. And people didn't have that fridge space. Like, you know, a lot of bars just were shelves. And the fridge was maybe for beers and actual wines. So vermouth was always kept on the shelf. Keeping vermouth, once you've opened it on the shelf, you've got 3, maybe 5 days. If you're very, very lucky, you've got a week. But after that, the vermouth will suddenly go very, very oxidized and usually taint quite brown, and the flavors are unappealing. So people didn't want that in their martinis. So they just said, I want it dry. But bartenders and bars these days, we recognize that, and we actually look after our vermouth. And when you try really, really good vermouth, it's perfect. So, you know, so what I did then, I thought, right, okay, I've got this, I've got a really nice vermouth. How do I get people back into vermouth? And the epiphany, it came to me because I had my Archimedes Eureka moment in the bath. And I thought, what about if I flipped the drink around? So instead of making my drink spirit with a bit of vermouth, why don't I make the drink vermouth forward and just put a little bit of spirit in there? So I then started using like dry vermouths, and I popped in a little bit of gin, and then I also sprayed the glass with absinthe and put a spoon of Benedictine in there, and I stirred that down, and the drink was amazing. So I really, really enjoyed that. So yeah, that's my simple drink, the epiphany.
So one more question coming in. If you've got time, we're going to ask the big question. If you could only take one spirit, one aperitif, and one liqueur to you with you to a desert island, what would they be?
Is it a barrel? Can I get a cask of it? Okay, so one spirit. Right, I'm torn between rum and tequila, but as a good Jamaican boy, I'm going to go with rum, because I think Absinthe 21 is the rum for me. I can drink that all day, every day, and I pretty much have been since I've been legally allowed to drink, and maybe a little bit before. So that's my rum. My aperitif will be Pedro Jimenez sherry. I love the raisiny goodness that you get with Pedro Jimenez sherry. It reminds me of Christmas and fruitcake. So that's that. And liqueur, Liquor 43. Those that know me will remember me from my Liquor 43 days. I love it. Yeah.
What would we call that cocktail once you've mixed it all together?
We call that cocktail once it's been mixed together. I don't know.
Can we call it a desert island?
Sorry?
Can we call it a desert island?
Yeah.
Desert island. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, it's got to be.
I love making cocktails. I hate naming drinks.
I guess the naming of the cocktails is a bit of an art in itself. I guess because they've got to be people have got to want them. They've got to be sellable.
Yeah. So you know, I'll sort of try and I've always done lots of cocktail comps, and I'm like, name this cocktail, because I don't know why. I think when you let somebody else name it for you, it's almost like you're now releasing the drink to everybody else.
Yeah.
It's not going to be yours, it's theirs. And I'm quite big on making a drink and then saying, "Go on, guys, name the drink."
Yeah, nice. That's cool. Well, Damaine, thanks so much for joining us, man. It's been super interesting, and I think we're going to have a lot of very drunk people on the show when we start at 8 o'clock again tonight.
Thank you for having me. I've had a blast.
No, thank you, man. For everybody watching, please drink responsibly, and you need to make it till the 8 o'clock show tonight. We've got Mother Vulture joining us tonight for a live performance, so don't get so drunk that you don't make it to there, but do get a little bit drunk, because it's we're all in lockdown. It's a Saturday, the sun's shining. Let's have a good time.
Yeah.
Feel free to follow me on Instagram as at Cocktail Barman. If you guys have any questions, I'm very active on that, so I can always reply back to you. And I often at 5:30 do a live feed myself. Whoops,
oh wow!
So
you go straight into it.
One more. Feel free to log in.
just posting your Instagram to the comments now. Just to double check, it's at Cocktail Barman.
Yeah, all one word, Cocktail Barman.
God, you got in early with that one, didn't you? That seems like a very that's for an Instagram handle. That's a pretty nice one. Right, thanks so much. Thanks for joining us, Josh, Jenny. You two behave yourself for the rest of the afternoon. We've got a lot of work to do before 8 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, I've got loads to do. Don't worry.
Thanks everyone for joining us. We'll
Thank
see you
you,
later
mate.
on for Mother Vulture. We're going to be on the stream from 8 o'clock tonight. Another masterclass coming at you 4 p.m. tomorrow. Until then, we'll see you later, guys.
Cheers, guys. Thank you,
Take
Damaine.
care.